Hello and welcome. You're watching the Thursday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shravan Sen. 4 stories that we get you tonight, starting with that big story coming in from Chandigarh, where the Chandigarh police was attacked with swords. Who is really behind it? What's the real story? And not just that, massive protest taking place in the national capital. This time BJP alleging that a feedback unit started by the AAP party was actually being used to snoop on political opponents. We'll get you exclusive documents. But up first, these are the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour.
देख रहा है एक अकेला कितनों को भारी पड़ रहा है.
After a fiery speech in Lok Sabha, Prime Minister launches yet another blistering attack on Vadra Congress.
फार्मेसी की दुनिया में हमारा देश एक ताकत बन के उभर रहा है. दुनिया की फार्मेसी का हब बन रहा है. हमारे नौजवान नए नए इनोवेशन कर रहे हैं. उसको बदनाम करने के रास्ते खोज रहे हैं ये लोग.
Prime Minister exposes the vaccine lobby, says hijab gang attacked India for their own benefit. Pro-Khalistani group attack police officers with swords and rods. Adani stocks once again tumble. What's ahead for the Adani group? Pro-Khalistani groups attack police officers with swords and rods. Is it free for all in Punjab now? Storm over the CBI report alleging snooping. Aam Aadmi Party denies charges. BJP hits the street. Death toll mounts to over 25,000. The world prays for Turkey and Syria. Well, this morning we woke up to some shocking images coming in when several members of a certain Sikh organization under the banner name Qawmi Insaf Morcha injured around 40 policemen as they clashed with the police at the Chandigarh-Mohali border in Punjab, raising questions of law and order once again in the state of Punjab. Notably, the organization's members, they were protesting for the release of Sikh prisoners who they claim are lodged in different prisons across the country. The videos of the incident show how the protesters, including Nihangs, attacked Chandigarh police with swords and sticks. The protesters were also seen in a scuffle with the police brandishing swords as they tried to break the barricades to enter Chandigarh. Take a look at this detailed report and then we get you some more breaking news.
Open brandishing of swords. Police attacked. On Wednesday, pro-Khalistan groups ran amok on Chandigarh-Mohali border. They were demanding release of convicts from jail. Around 40 policemen have been injured in this clash. The videos of the incident shows how the protesters, including Nihangs, attacked Chandigarh police with swords and sticks. Protesters can be seen breaking barricades. Vehicles have been vandalized by the protesters.
ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਣਾ. ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀਮਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੂਰੇ ਮਾਰਚ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੈਬੋਟੇਜ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਪਥਰਾਓ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਹਦੀ ਰਿਟੈਲੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਵਜੋਂ ਕੱਲ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਤੇ ਕੌਮੀ ਮੋਰਚੇ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਕੁਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਝੜਪ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸੀ, ਜੋ ਬੜੀ ਹੀ ਨਿੰਦਣਯੋਗ ਹੈ.
Protesters demand the release of Sikh prisoner.
आज जो क्राउड था इनके साथ, उनमें कईयों के पास हथियार थे, डंडे थे, तलवारें थी और भी डेंजरस वेपन ये साथ में कैरी कर रहे थे. तो जब पुलिस वालों ने रोका तो अचानक से इन्होंने हमारे पुलिस वाले जो इस बैरिकेड पे तैनात थे उन पे इन्होंने अटैक किया जिसमें कि कई पुलिस वालों को चोटें आई।
Section 144 of the CRPC has been imposed in Chandigarh. A day after clashes, protesters returned at the clash site.
7 persons has been named in the FIR and several unidentified as well. Certain CCTV footages and mobile footages has been released by the Chandigarh police to identify those persons who are weaponized and attacking the cops during this clash as well. And if we talk about the current situation, I can show you the visuals where the clash broke out yesterday. And in fact, the border has been completely sealed. Heavy police force has been deployed here with the anti-riots, and even they has been instructed that now no law and order situation should be created here and nobody is allowed to bring weapons on the spot as well. The Punjab police is getting strict instructions from their senior officers.
Amid the chaos, questions have been raised over law and order situation in Punjab.
मोहाली बॉर्डर की से तस्वीरें हैं जहां पर निहंग और पुलिस के साथ के बीच में क्लैशेस हुए हैं। काफ़ी पुलिसकर्मी जो हैं वो घायल भी हुए हैं। आप इस घटना को किस तरह से देखते?
देखो, बंदी सिंहों को लेकर बड़ा एक मोर्चा लगा हुआ है पंजाब में, काफ़ी देर का चल रहा है। हम हिंसा भला के हल नहीं कर सकते। आप बंदी सिंहों को तो रिहा करने की बात नहीं आती कि जो लोग सजा भुगत चुके हैं उनको तो आप रिहा नहीं करने चाहते। लेकिन एक बाबा राम रहीम है जो बलात्कार के अंदर है, बलात्कार के केस में, उसको आप बार बार बाहर लाकर बैठा रहे हो, तो ये कैसा मतलब आप देश में हिंसा तो इससे भड़केगी।
Is there a free run for Khalistani elements in Punjab? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Let's go across to my colleague Amandeep, who's getting us the latest details. In fact, he's there at the spot getting us the latest. Amandeep, just a quick response from you with regards to who are the people who are behind it. Has the police been able to identify, was this pre-planned? And the fact of the matter is that they were essentially demanding the release of certain prisoners. So is there a clear Khalistani link once again?
Absolutely, Shavan, absolutely. And in fact, in the preliminary investigation of Chandigarh police, they have mentioned specifically in the FIR that the groups that were involved in the protest as well in clash, there are 12 pro-Khalistani organizations that are in that clash. 12, not 1 or 2, it was 12 pro-Khalistani organizations. This was mentioned in the FIR of Chandigarh police that has been lodged against 7 persons, and even section 307 attempt to murder has been imposed along with the Arms Act as well. So the Khalistani angle is as much very clear into this entire episode what had happened. And even, Shavan, the most important point is that these protesters are sitting in the jurisdiction of Punjab, and Punjab police is not taking this concern very seriously, and even they have not launched a single kind of investigation, and no intelligence input has been shared with the Chandigarh police that either these protesters are carrying such a kind of weapons or what is their ideology, who are they, and in fact what are their plans. These all are the questions that remain to be answered by the Punjab government, just because it is a kind of free run for these hardliners in the Punjab itself. And when they try to cross the border of the Chandigarh police try to apply the force, and the result is all in front of us. And in fact, now the further investigation is all that how these organizations has been mobilizing, and even who are these organizations and from where they are getting the support. This all is under the investigation by Chandigarh police. Yes, Shaban.
Well, in fact, thank you very much, Amandeep. Let's also play out that report that was filed by my colleague Amandeep right from the clash site. Take a look at this report.
Once again, the protest has been continued by the Sikh organizations in Mohali, and in fact, you can see the visuals. This is another day of the protest, and in fact, a day after the violence happened at Mohali-Chandigarh border, but now they have decided to wind up the protest and in fact to go back to their base of where the protest site has been given by the Punjab government. And in fact, tomorrow again they will be coming back to protest and to raise their demand to release the Sikh prisoners, in fact, who has completed their sentence. Now you can see the visuals. They are going back from the Punjab and Chandigarh border to the protesting site, and in fact security has been deployed to maintain the law and order situation as well. And now once again the protesters are getting aggressive and moving back and raising their demand, and tomorrow again they are saying they will come back to this protesting site and again show their desire to meet Punjab Chief Minister to raise the demand to release Sikh prisoners who have completed their sentence. With video journalist Krishnan Kumar, this is Amandeep Dixit for Republic Media Network.
Shifting focus now to the other story, yet another flashpoint between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Few days ago, ladies and gentlemen, Delhi's Snoopgate case was referred to the President's office. This after a CBI report, which I'm holding right now, we'll get to you in a short while from now, alleged that the ruling Aam Aadmi Party of using the Vigilance Department to carry out political snooping. The CBI report said that the feedback unit was tasked to gather actionable feedback regarding the working of various departments of the Delhi government and also to do trap cases. Today, the streets of the national capital saw massive protests. BJP held protests, and this comes after what has been dubbed as the Snoopgate scandal exploding, and the fight between the ruling Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP has already begun. Take a look at this report to know what actually transpired, and then we take you through that very report prepared by the Central Bureau of Investigation and now submitted to the Vigilance Department. Will there be an FIR? Yet another FIR against the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia.
The BJP has hit the streets against Kejriwal over alleged snooping by Aam Aadmi Party government.
केजरीवाल ने दूरबीन लगा रखी है जासूसी करने के लिए, फीडबैक यूनिट बनाई है, सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड बनाया है, एलजी से परमिशन ली, कानून इजाजत नहीं देता, एसीबी और विजिलेंस पहले ही है, तो अपने विरोधियों की सेंट्रल मिनिस्टर्स, एमपीज, एमएलएज, इन सब की वो जासूसी करवा रहे हैं, सरकारी अधिकारियों की, मीडिया की, जजेस की. तो भाई पॉलिटिक्स में आप जासूसी कराएंगे, ये तो आपको इजाजत नहीं है.
This is the BJP who is protesting at this point in time at the ITO of the national capital, and this protest is going to go ahead. They are going to gherav the Aam Aadmi Party office. That's something what we have been told. This is about the feedback unit which is coming in light, which was made in by the Aam Aadmi Party. As Aam Aadmi Party till now is calling this baseless, and BJP Karyakartas at this point in time is protesting in the national capital.
This comes right after a CBI report stated that the Aam Aadmi Party government used feedback unit to snoop on political opponents.
तो देखिए प्रोटेस्ट है जासूसी के खिलाफ, और केजरीवाल जी की पार्टी ने जो अपराध किया है वो माफ करने योग्य नहीं है, क्योंकि फीडबैक यूनिट के नाम पर एक सरकारी तंत्र बनाया गया जिसमें सरकारी पैसा खर्च किया गया और जिसका मुख्य उद्देश्य जासूसी करना था. वो सीधे तौर पर ये दर्शाता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी की मंशा ठीक नहीं थी, और इस मामले में जो सीबीआई ने जांच करके जो मामला दर्ज किया है ये गंभीर मामला.
LG has taken cognizance of the report and the BJP wants Sisodia to resign. The snooping controversy is only snowballing. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Let me also bring in my colleague Niranjan, who's going to join us on this broadcast, getting us the full details now. Ladies and gentlemen, Republic TV has now accessed the CBI report. The CBI report that was submitted to the Vigilance Department, which makes some startling revelations about the so-called feedback unit that was started by the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the ostensible reason was basically to look into whether at all there is any corruption in the government departments. That was the reason why. That is the mandate that was actually given to the feedback unit. Now it turns out from this report that we are holding, in fact Niranjan is going to take you through the details of this report that has been submitted to the Vigilance Department. There is a clear mention of the fact that this unit was looking into the functioning of political opponents. Over to you, Niranjan, for further details of this report.
Right, Shawan, I have that note with me. It's called a self-contained note, and let me read out some of the excerpts of that note. It's a fairly detailed note which I have in my hand. It runs into several pages, about 15 to 20 pages. And basically this unit was set up, Shawan, from the document that I have in my hand. It says the unit was tasked to gather the relevant information and actionable feedback. Relevant information, actionable feedback regarding working of various departments, autonomous bodies, institutions, entities falling under the jurisdiction of the territory of Delhi, and also do quote-unquote trap cases. Now, what are trap cases? Now, we'll get into that a little later. But it says the unit was tasked to gather information on other departments, essentially meaning snooping. Now, going across to how this unit was formed, who gave the approval for the unit, it appears, as per this note that I have in my hand, it appears that the decision was taken by the Council of Ministers in Delhi, which meant the Delhi government took the decision on a proposal from the Chief Minister. So it claims that Kejriwal made the proposal and the Council of Ministers took the decision, and there was no cabinet note. According to the report that I have here, there was no cabinet note in this regard, and it appears prima facie from going by what this says. It says that creation of these posts was not sent for approval by Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, although he is the competent authority to create posts in Delhi. So, one, it was from the Chief Minister, it claims, approved by the government, and secondly, it appears that the Lieutenant Governor didn't even know about this. Now, there are some more very interesting aspects that come to the forefront. One, it says a provision of 1 crore rupees was set aside for this secret service expenditure. So there is a feedback unit which is essentially snooping, and for this feedback unit of the FBU, there is 1 crore rupees set aside for special operations, namely snooping, as per the details and the allegations made and the findings that I have in my hand. And it also goes on to talk about how there was a red flag raised on the funding and where the money was going. There was no accounting, so there were discrepancies in the money and the expenditure as well. So that's when the red flags were first raised. And when it came to the attention of the Lieutenant Governor, he sent the file to the CBI to further investigate and take a look at what was really going on in the national capital. Not just that, it appears, Shawan, and like you mentioned, it says the intention was to conduct trap cases. Point number 2, it mentions a political angle as well. It says here, and I quote, first of all, the LG of Delhi ordered that the matter be referred to the CBI for full investigation, taking note of prima facie evidence of improprieties and violation of rules. Point number 2, it talks about political purpose of this FBU or the feedback unit. It says here that the posts that were created be adjusted against other posts. So they claimed in advertisements, etc., that they were actually hiring for the ACB, but they were secretly hiring for the FBU without clearances, right? And 17 posts of FBUs were being adjusted with the new ACB, hirings that were happening. And it appears here in one of these pages, it appears that it was done. The FBU was being used to gather political intelligence for the party of the Chief Minister. It says in as many words that it was being used it was being used for political purposes to gather political intelligence on behalf of the party of the Chief Minister, namely the Aam Aadmi Party. So the allegation suggests that this feedback unit was being used as the spy unit of the Aam Aadmi Party. Was it a spy unit of the Aam Aadmi Party? And specifically it says the nature of violations committed is inherently dishonest. Materials disclose abuse of official position, dishonest intention by concerned public servants such as Manish Sisodia. So it names Manish Sisodia. Let's wait and watch where the story goes, Shravan. These are just the details that I have with me. The political fight, of course, is ongoing on the streets of the national capital. We'll wait and watch. Back to you for now.
Well, in fact, this report makes a categorical mention of the fact that 40% of the work that was being done by the FBU was for political intelligence. Point number 20 makes it very, very clear that FBU was not only looking into matters of corruption, but as far as political intelligence is concerned, and it was being used by the Aam Aadmi Party. That's a direct allegation. Slipping into a short break now, Prime Minister once again hits out at the opposition parties. It's yet another surgical strike on the hit job of the lobby. Death toll mounts to over 25,000. The world prays for Turkey and Syria. All this and much more on the other side.
Amity University is establishing a most advanced supercomputing facility for research and innovation in the field of artificial intelligence. Scientists and researchers passionate to make a difference in the field of artificial intelligence are invited to contact at ai@amity.edu.
Bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF, and this time this happened in the Gurdaspur sector nearby the international border. Last night at 9:40 p.m. a drone sortie has been spotted by the BSF troops, and following the suspected drone in the Indian territory, BSF troops has opened multiple fires, resulting the drone has been pushed back to the Pakistan. But now the search and operation is underway in the area, just because the situation is apprehended that this Pakistani drone might have dropped any drug consignment at the Indian territory, and local police in fact, as well as BSF, both are launching simultaneously an investigation as well, that who all are at the Indian territory who are connected with the Pakistani drug smugglers and receiving these drugs consignments. Search is underway. Another Pakistani drone has been pushed back by the BSF after opening the fire last night in the Gurdaspur sector, and even another bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF last night in Punjab.
Ahead of the Karnataka Assembly elections this year, now going on and looking at the entire scenario, the Shimoga airport will be inaugurated on the 27th of Feb this month by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai has also stated that this particular airport will be named after B.S. Yediyurappa, the Lingayat strongman from the BJP party, and he's also stated that the cabinet has already decided on it, and they will convene today to go ahead and send in a proposal to the government as well, to the centre as well. And ahead of this, due to the upcoming elections too, there are a lot of politics also being seen around, because this project was again started in 2020 by the former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa during his regime, and it was constructed in a period of 18 months as well. And even though B.S. Yediyurappa on several occasions had gone on to refuse the fact, stating that the airport should not be named after him, the cabinet has finally decided giving in to the demands of the people as well.
Bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF, and this time this happened in the Gurdaspur sector nearby the international border. Last night at 9:40 p.m. a drone sortie has been spotted by the BSF troops, and following the suspected drone in the Indian territory, BSF troops has opened multiple fires, resulting the drone has been pushed back to the Pakistan. But now the search and operation is underway in the area, just because the situation is apprehended that this Pakistani drone might have dropped any drug consignment at the Indian territory, and local police in fact, as well as BSF, both are launching simultaneously an investigation as well, that who all are at the Indian territory who are connected with the Pakistani drug smugglers and receiving these drugs consignments. Search is underway. Another Pakistani drone has been pushed back by the BSF after opening the fire last night in the Gurdaspur sector, and even another bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF last night in Punjab.
Ahead of the Karnataka Assembly elections this year, now going on and looking at the entire scenario, the Shimoga airport will be inaugurated on the 27th of Feb this month by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai has also stated that this particular airport will be named after B.S. Yediyurappa, the Lingayat strongman from the BJP party, and he's also stated that the cabinet has already decided on it, and they will convene today to go ahead and send in a proposal to the government as well, to the centre as well. And ahead of this,
Well, in a horrific incident, a 14-year-old girl was brutally hit, and not just that, a girl from Jharkhand was rescued by the police. The girl was being tortured, assaulted by one couple in Gurugram, and this couple had hired her as a domestic help. Republic spoke to the victim as well as family members. In fact, Jharkhand government has now stepped in. They say that they will take care of the medical expenses. But once again, the question that one needs to ask, will this barbaric act be tolerated?
A barbaric case has come to light from Haryana's Gurugram. A couple has been arrested for allegedly torturing and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old household helper. A joint team of police and Sakhi, a one-stop crisis center, rescued the girl hired by the couple to care for the child. The details emerged in the case are disturbing. Listen to the testimony of the victim.
We often hear that how domestic maids and help that come from far-flung places to places like Delhi and Gurugram and even Noida get exploited. One more of such incident has once again been reported from this building, where a 14-year-old minor who has come from Jharkhand was mercilessly beaten, harassed and kept enslaved by a couple who's been identified as Kamaljeet and Manish.
An FIR has been registered against the couple under various sections including POCSO. Eyewitnesses have revealed the horror.
सर ये पिछले 1-1.5 साल से यहाँ रहने आए हैं और हमें तो ये सब कुछ पुलिस से मालूम चला है कि यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ हुआ है। उससे पहले तो ना हमने कभी सुना ना देखा। तो बच्चे के थ्रू जानते हैं, उनका एक छोटा सा बच्चा है, उसके थ्रू जानते हैं कि हमारे घर के साथ वाले घर में रहते हैं। कभी मालूम ही नहीं चला जी, कभी आवाज़ भी नहीं आई। और मैंने तो सेम डे उस लड़की को देखा था बाहर, तो महसूस ही नहीं हुआ कि कुछ ऐसा भी हो रहा है इस घर में।
The girl is in critical condition and is undergoing treatment.
उनको ना रोज मारते थे और रोज ब्लेड से काट देते थे तो हाथ, अगर थोड़ी सी भी गलती हो जाए ना तो रोज ब्लेड से हाथ काटते थे। उसके मुंह पे अगर शीशा भी देख लेते थे ना, थोड़ी सी भी मतलब बाल आल कर ले तो ब्लेड से उसका हाथ काटते थे और उसको बहुत मारते थे, खाना भी नहीं देते थे। एक दिन ना सर्दी में उसकी लड़की निकल आई बाहर ना, उसने कपड़े नहीं पहन के आई थी, तो उसको ना पूरी रात ऐसी दिसंबर की सर्दी में 28 तारीख थी या 29, पूरी रात बालकनी में खड़ा करके रखा था बिना कपड़ों के।
और ये जो दर्द था जो उसको मतलब उन्होंने दिया, ये उन्होंने आपसे बात की थी इसकी?
हाँ, मेरे से बोलती थी कि ना मेरे को ये बहुत मारते हैं और खाने के लिए भी नहीं देते हैं। यहाँ पे डॉगी की बिस्किट उठा के खाती थी पार्क में आकर।
The accused Manish Khattar and his wife Kamaljeet Kaur were produced before the city court on Wednesday. The court sent Khattar on a 2-day police remand while his wife was sent to judicial custody. Bureau Report, Republic TV. Mysterious deaths in the heart of Odisha. The inside story. Russians in Raigada, Republic originals this weekend.
Amity University is establishing a most advanced supercomputing facility for research and innovation in the field of artificial intelligence. Scientists and researchers passionate to make a difference in the field of artificial intelligence are invited to contact at ai@amity.edu.
Bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF, and this time this happened in the Gurdaspur sector nearby the international border. Last night at 9:40 p.m. a drone sortie has been spotted by the BSF troops, and following the suspected drone in the Indian territory, BSF troops has opened multiple fires, resulting the drone has been pushed back to the Pakistan. But now the search and operation is underway in the area, just because the situation is apprehended that this Pakistani drone might have dropped any drug consignment at the Indian territory, and local police in fact, as well as BSF, both are launching simultaneously an investigation as well, that who all are at the Indian territory who are connected with the Pakistani drug smugglers and receiving these drugs consignments. Search is underway. Another Pakistani drone has been pushed back by the BSF after opening the fire last night in the Gurdaspur sector, and even another bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF last night in Punjab.
Ahead of the Karnataka Assembly elections this year, now going on and looking at the entire scenario, the Shimoga airport will be inaugurated on the 27th of Feb this month by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai has also stated that this particular airport will be named after B.S. Yediyurappa, the Lingayat strongman from the BJP party, and he's also stated that the cabinet has already decided on it, and they will convene today to go ahead and send in a proposal signal to the government as well, to the center as well. And ahead of this, due to the upcoming elections too, there are a lot of politics also being seen around, because this project was again started in 2020 by the former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa during his regime, and it was constructed in a period of 18 months as well. And even though B.S. Yediyurappa on several occasions had gone on to refuse the fact, stating that the airport should not be named after him, the cabinet has finally decided giving in to the demands of the people as well.
Bid of Pakistani drug smugglers has been foiled by the BSF, and this time this happened in the Gurdaspur sector nearby the international border. Last night at 9:40 p.m. a drone sortie has been spotted by the BSF troops, and following the suspected drone in the Indian territory, BSF troops has opened multiple fires, resulting the drone has been pushed back to the Pakistan. But now the search and operation is underway in the area, just because the situation is apprehended that this Pakistani drone might have dropped